Another rainy day in Haikou. Here we go. Very excited for this run. Yay! Yay! Getting ready to go for a wet run. But I just wanted to ask, sometimes do you just want to dance? 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 Dance?
There's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray.
Do you like to dance? Do you like to dance?
I need one dance. Gotta have a scene in my head. One more time before I go.
Do you like to dance?
One more time before I go. I have always taken a hold.
I could see my breath today. Okay, you can't really see it. I can see my breath a little bit today. That's okay. Still gonna be a good run. And I'm gonna go buy some mantou. Wait, what'd you say? Am I running with bananas? Of course I'm running with bananas. Why would I not be running with bananas? So today I thought I'd mix it up a little bit, mainly because I didn't do a whole lot today, besides sit in a coffee shop for several hours talking to people, going up to a grocery store and asking a bunch of questions again, and going for a really, really wet and cold run. So what I thought I would do today is answer some questions that a lot of people have been asking me. So question number one, what food do I like in China? Well, I've already talked about mantou. There's so many foods that I like in China, but mantou is the bread that I like, and I eat a lot of bread. I mean, I eat like a ridiculous amount of bread. I also like, there's this Muslim restaurant that I've shown you some videos of. I really like their food there. They've got really good soup. I like all different types of noodles. I like all different types of vegetables. Chinese have incredible vegetables. I love these things that I actually ate today. They're called tong baozi. So tong baozi, that means soup dumplings that are stuffed with meat. So how they make these are they basically have a frozen dumpling. They make a dumpling and they put some meat in it, and they wrap that meat in some fat. And then they freeze it, and so that when they cook it, they basically fry it like in a pan, like in a big circle pan. And so when they fry it, everything inside of it melts, including that like layer of fat and some other stuff that they have in there. And so what it does is it fills up the inside of the dumpling with this delicious soup. That's basically all fat with some flavoring, but it's so good. So I really like those. A lot of times people eat those for breakfast, but you can also eat them any time of the day. Yeah, there's some cold noodles at this Muslim place that I think are pretty unique. You don't see a whole lot of cold noodles in China, so that's why I really like this noodle dish, and I get it probably 2 to 3 times a week. And I go in there and I talk to the owners and the people working there, and they know that I'm learning Chinese, so they're very, very friendly. So that's the food that I like in China. I also like lots of other things that I can talk about later. Another question, let's see here. Can you use chopsticks? This isn't a question that I get from my friends a lot, but I actually get a lot of questions from Chinese people because they see me using chopsticks and the fact that I can actually use chopsticks, and they're pretty surprised. It's the same reaction that I get when Filipinos used to see me eat rice. They were very surprised that an American was eating rice. They're like, do you like rice? I'm like, of course I like rice. Americans love rice. So same thing with chopsticks. From what I can tell, and I'm gonna try to do this through the screen here, the measure of if you can use chopsticks or not is if you can eat peanuts with chopsticks. It sounds crazy, but this is something that Chinese people do a lot. they'll have a pile of peanuts during their dinner, and they will just eat them one by one. Now, I thought this was crazy when I first started doing it. One, because it was super hard. Two, because it's just ridiculous to think that you're eating peanuts with chopsticks. But there's two bonuses. One, you don't eat all of them very, very quickly. So, you know, over time, like you're drinking beer or something, it's actually better to eat them slowly. Two, your hands don't get greasy. So, it's not bad. And it really ups your chopstick skills. So, yeah, chopsticks. I can use them pretty good. Sometimes I feel like Chinese people use them a little bit too much, like with seafood and some different things, where it's like, why don't you just like pick it up and eat it? But they don't really like to get their hands dirty, so they use the chopsticks, which, you know, I can understand. The last question I'll answer is, what school do you go to? And just talk about your school. So I get lots of questions about the school that I'm going to, and it is the Hainan Premier Language School. That's because it's here in Hainan, and it is in the city of Haikou. If you could compare this city to another city, you could compare it to, I think from an overall feel, it probably feels, I've never been to Honolulu, but I'm guessing that it's similar to that, where it's a pretty big city, but it's still like a tropical, chill vibe, which is nice. This city has a lot more people than Honolulu. This city has about as many people as Houston, Texas, which is like a top 10 US city. So it's a second or third tier city in China, but in China that means that it's still freaking humongous. There's like 1.5 billion people here. So every city is really, really big. So my class specifically, I have 3 students. One is Micah. He is a 14-year-old American, and another one is Ali. I think he's a 30-year-old African, and he's originally from the Ivory Coast, but also has spent a lot of time in Nigeria. So I only have 3 people in my class. My teacher is Meng No Shi Wu De Sui Sheng. No Shi Wu De Sui Sheng means she is my teacher. So overall, so there's 3 people in my class, but there are lots of other people here. People who are going to class consistently, like throughout the week, there's probably 20-ish, 25 students here. But there's also people coming in, like part-time business people who want to learn a little bit of Chinese. There's also some Chinese people who want to learn some English. So there's a really interesting mix of people at this school, which is kind of why I like it. In my specific building, you know, I go to school here, and then I also live like basically on the same campus. I walk like 50 feet and I go to class, which is perfect for me because I'm usually late, and I'm still late even though I'm 50 feet away. So the closer I get, the better. But there are, you know, there's probably another 10 to 15 people that live here. Then some other people live off campus, and then they just come in every day for class. But it's a pretty chill, small community feel around this school, which is what I really like. Maybe I'll just start answering questions on Saturdays or something. I love inspiring other people to go experience other cultures. So the more that I can help you understand what I'm doing here, and maybe help you figure out ways to either come visit or to go learn another language on your own, I think it's super important for people to go experience other cultures, and to, I think exposure breeds empathy. I think empathy helps people understand other people, no matter what type of situation you're in. So luckily I'm able to do that, and I put myself in a position where I can. But I am more than happy to help other people do that as well. So just shoot me a note on Facebook or YouTube or a comment, you know, however, I'm easy to get a hold of, so just let me know. I'm gonna crash. Let me see if I can get a quick peanut here with my chopsticks. Oh yeah. So I will see you tomorrow. Ming Tian Tian means I'll see you tomorrow. Shay, how am I looking?
Fabulous, because I cut it. Oh my God.
Is that even a question?
I know.
Okay, so wish me luck in California.
Absolutely, the best of luck. Send me emails and all that, and come and see me when you're in town.
And have fun in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll go to Vegas together.
I'm going to call you.
I don't know if they can handle that.
That's what's up. No, they're not ready. They ain't ready.
Ooh, looking clean.